Hello my excellenters, this is Saturday, and you are watching projectXLNT. I already tried recording this once, and I have this little problem of talking too much, and tripping over my words, and trying to explain myself, and failing miserably, but we're going to try this again. The top 5 movies that have changed my life are V for Vendetta, The Laramie Project, Contact, The Fifth Element, and Into the Woods. Now, I know Into the Woods is kind of cheating, but I saw it as a movie first before I saw it as a play, so I count it. Now, The Laramie Project struck a chord with me because, obviously, I'm gay. What The Laramie Project is interviews with the townspeople of Laramie after the incident with Matthew Shepard. And it's very interesting to see both sides of the story and to make your own decisions based on that, because I can't tell people how to think. My issue is when your happiness impedes on my happiness, then we've got a problem. I'm getting preachy, so I'm gonna move on. Just watch the movie. It's heartbreaking, it's wonderful, I came out a better person from it. Blabbing again. Ugh. V for Vendetta is in future London during a time when the government kind of controls their people. And what I like about this movie is the fact that throughout the course of the movie, the people overturn their government and finally come to terms with the fact that their government is not good and are tired of hiding and do something about it. And the speech with Valerie gets me every time. Contact is obviously about, alien contact from outer space. First of all, the scene where she's going through the wormhole is breathtaking, and I cry every time. I'm such a pussy when it comes to movies. I forgot one. I also love I'll put these two together because they're kind of one and the same, sort of. Sunshine as well. It's about a group of astronauts who go up to the sun, which is dying, and reignite it, which is so fantastical. But the humanity within the movie is amazing, and it gets a little corny towards the end, but visually is amazing, as well as Contact. The humanity portrayed within it is, what I really like about these movies is that it gets you to ask questions, and to question yourself, and to question others around you. My next movie is The Fifth Element. It's so tightly woven and so intricate, and the story is beautiful and rich with colors and the human aspect of things again. There's this being that is created for one thing, which is to protect, and throughout the course of the movie she wins love. But it's such a super geeky sci-fi movie, but if you get to the heart of it, it's such a chick flick. But it's done in such a way that you don't think of it as a chick flick. It's, there's action, and all these storylines are interwoven seamlessly and beautifully. Such an underrated movie. I love it. And the last film is Into the Woods. Now, Into the Woods is a Broadway musical about all these classic fairy tales like Cinderella, Jack and the Beanstalk, Little Red Riding Hood, Rapunzel. All these fairy tales are mashed into one. The way I like to think of it is the woods. If anyone's seen the movie, you'll understand what I'm talking about. The woods kind of represents life. All these characters are constantly having to be forced into the woods for some reason or another, and they keep encountering each other and having to solve problems, and newer problems arise, and they have to deal with these problems. And what's interesting is there's 2 acts. The first act kind of builds everything up to the nice happily ever after, and the second act is what happens after happily ever after. And then the really dark stuff starts coming out. The really dark stuff of life that we like to push to the side sometimes and not think about, like death and people cheating on each other and people go into survival mode when things go awry and when they're not prepared for something, how they deal with it. It's interesting to see who comes out of it alive and how they change throughout the course of their time in the woods or in life. If I was to recommend any musical ever, it would be Into the Woods. I think the reason why I like these movies so much is, again, it makes you kind of take a look at yourself and look at your life and the people around you and reevaluate everything. It makes you question everything. And I don't think you can grow as a person unless you question everything. The things you know, the things you have set in stone for yourself. Question everything. You might be surprised what you come up with.